unfortunately, one of the big trends this year is that we need to be working ourselves to build our ties.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our key takeaways. This important program is already down, or it's in the process.
So this links into, we did a podcast a little while ago about cuts to the federal government and to CISA and to other organizations that were kind of really impactful in this exact kind of system. And so it means that when we are looking at our intelligence pipeline, we really need to strengthen that. So it's not just the government that we can rely on, it's other vendors, it's the ISAC groups, it is the local security groups that we're dealing with.
Reach out to your local InfoSec community and your peer partners. Like all of us need to take personal responsibility now and say, hey, I'm going to reach out to my friend who's head of security at this other company, or I'm going to reach out to my local InfoSec group and let's start exchanging information.
Yeah, and there's a huge benefit to that.
Yeah. Review your liability exposure. If you do share information or if you think you might need to, it's a good idea to consult counsel before you share that, or at least have those conversations ahead of time and say, do I have to worry about any risk? Plan for reduced visibility.
That's a big one,
right?
yeah. I mean, we're going to see less information at this point, so... And I mean, not necessarily less information, but if we're not looking in the right places, we don't find it. That's the big problem. So plan ahead for that. Make sure that you are, as we said with point one, expanding where you're going to look for your security tips at that point, and make sure that you are, doing your due diligence on the back end to protect your network, because it's hard to do.
Well, every time there's like a new zero-day vulnerability or a major issue in security, we are used to now seeing like, hey, here's indicators of compromise. The government is putting this out.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to see such as good threat intel anymore. So I think, when you do tabletop exercises and when you're planning your incident response, make sure you're simulating loss of that upstream intelligence and figuring out other sources.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. And finally, I mean, be proactive about how you share information. That is a huge thing. I know that none of us like to, potentially expose ourselves publicly if we have suffered a cybersecurity incident, but the indicators of compromise and the indicators of attack that you see on your network, if something does happen, can help another organization not suffer that same fate.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, this is Sherry Davidoff.
And I'm Matt Duran. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. We would love to hear from you. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.